America is full of amazing and breathtaking places. Perhaps, in order to describe all of them, you will need a whole video cycle. Ice caves and tropical islands, fantastic geysers and majestic canyons, endless tulip fields and night metropolis lights. And today I have collected 10 of the best places in the USA. First place, Grand Canyon, Arizona. The Grand Canyon National Park in Arizona is one of the oldest parks in the country. The Grand Canyon was formed by the Colorado River, which eroded the plateau of the same name for almost 10 million years. It is still growing due to ongoing erosion. The canyon is incredibly large, 446 kilometers long, up to 29 kilometers wide, and 800 meters deep, so the climate varies in different parts of it. The lower level is close to the desert climate of Arizona with dry and hot summers, and its upper wooded part is even covered in winter snow. It is best to admire the surrounding enchanting landscape from the transparent observation deck of the Grand Canyon Skywalk hanging over the abyss. Second place, Hawaiian Islands, State of Hawaii. The Hawaiian Islands of the United States is an American state located at a distance of 3,700 kilometers from the continental part of the country. The archipelago is of volcanic origin. There is even a park of volcanoes here. The islands differ in size and landscape. The stunning nature of the tropical jungle, the amazing underwater world, the welcoming local traditions, and the ocean, where you can swim all year round, attract crowds of vacationers here. About 90% of Hawaii's gross products come from tourism and services. Third place, Fly Geyser in Nevada. Despite its name, Fly Geyser is an active thermal spring. Its formation was not without human participation. In 1916, a well was drilled in these places for a well, but a geothermal pocket was accidentally pierced, and after almost 50 years, boiling water began to penetrate to the surface. The walls of the geyser are still growing and changing. According to the latest data, its height was about 1.5 meters. Minerals, algae, and cyanobacteria give it an unusual color. The geyser is still owned by the ranchers, so tourists need to ask them for permission to visit. Fourth place, Caves of the Mendenhall Glacier, Alaska. Mendenhall Glacier is not the largest in Alaska, only 12 kilometers, but it is quite easy to get to it. It is located only 20 kilometers from the state capital, Juneau. Caves there began to form not so long ago, in 2012. Global warming causes the glacier to slowly melt, due to which springs form in the caves, and their appearance is constantly changing. Fifth place, Golden Gate Bridge in San Francisco, California. The Golden Gate Bridge hangs over the strait of the same name. connecting San Francisco and the southern part of Marin County. For several decades, the bridge retained the title of the largest suspension bridge in the world. Its total length is 2,737 meters, and the height of the supports is 227 meters above the water. This bridge weighs approximately 895,000 tons. The bridge is considered one of the most recognizable in the world. It flashed in films, TV shows, computer games, and even on company logos. Sixth place, Night New York. New York is an incredibly large, noisy and always in a hurry somewhere. The Statue of Liberty and the giant skyscrapers of Manhattan, Fifth Avenue and the theaters of Broadway, Central Park and Times Square. How many times have you seen them on TV screens? Despite the fact that more than 8 million people live in New York, the number of tourists a year reaches almost 50 million, and it is impossible to stay at least in some semblance of loneliness here. I am convinced that the city, immersed in night lights, is beautiful. Seventh place, Bryce Canyon National Park, Utah. The area of the park is 145 square kilometers. Its main attraction is a giant natural amphitheater. Its unique geological hoodoo structures were formed as a result of the erosion of sedimentary rocks by wind, water and ice. Amazing shapes are complemented by a play of colors, from pale pastels to oranges and reds. The sunrises and sunsets are especially beautiful here. Eighth place, Oneonta Gorge, Oregon. Oneonta Gorge is part of the Columbia River. The high walls of ancient basalt are covered with many ferns, mosses, and lichens. A huge number of unique aquatic and forest plants grow in the gorge, thanks to which the area is under the protection of the U.S. Forest Service. There are also 4 wonderful waterfalls on its territory. Ninth place, Skagit Valley, Washington. The Skagit Valley is located in the northern United States, near the Canadian border, between the Pacific coast and the Cascade Mountains. In the middle of the last century, they were going to build 2 nuclear power plants there, but instead, fortunately, they began to grow flowers. In 1984, the first tulip festival was held in the valley. Since then, it takes place here annually from April 1st to 30 and is one of the most visited in the state. Now daffodils and irises are also grown in this area. Tenth place, U.S. Virgin Islands. The U.S. Virgin Islands is a group of islands in the Caribbean Sea, once bought by the United States from Denmark. The largest islands are St. Thomas, St. John and Santa Cruz. This is a paradise with azure beaches, subtropical forests, picturesque bays and secluded coves. The islands are not very densely populated. Some of them can only be reached by sea. This often attracts celebrities and just lovers of secluded relaxation there. Another bonus for shoppers will be the duty-free trade allowed on the islands.